All right, how to overcome a breakup? Well, this is how I overcame breakups. And the most important thing is you don't want to stalk her. You don't want to stalk her, her Instagram, her TikTok, her social media. You don't want to do that because since you do that, well, first of all, there's no win-win. You there's just it's just a lose-lose where you see that she followed this guy and then you start to overthink. You get that gut feeling. Oh, what if she found someone else? What if she's sleeping with that guy? You start to overthink, and it's not good for you. And overall, just gets you in a bad mood, puts you in a bad mood, and it just serves you no purpose to do any of that stuff. And instead, instead of okay, you're getting all these negative thoughts because of the breakup, and you feel negative. Why not just get mad and use the energy, channel it into using something productively? Maybe it's you know going to the gym, maybe learning how to play an instrument, not just improving yourself. Because so although yeah, you might feel negative right now, but if you just keep pushing, you'll just improve more. And another thing is you can either get better or bitter, where if you get bitter, there's a negative outcome where your perception changes towards women, where you might think that maybe she, like, maybe for example, that girl cheated on you, and now since you got bitter because of that, your perception changes towards women, where you think, oh, all women are cheaters, all this, and nothing really happens. You just get bitter. And why not instead get better, where it's a positive outcome, where although yeah, maybe she cheated on you, or you guys had to part your ways. What else could you do? You just gotta learn from it and just get better. Better than you were before. Better, become a more better version than you were before. And on top, since you're gonna get better, you're gonna achieve your goals. You're gonna achieve something. Maybe it's learning how to play a new song on the guitar. Maybe it's finishing a book, reading a self-help book. Meditating, having a better relationship with your parents. And yeah, with bitter, your perception does change. And your perception, like you think that that's all women were. Maybe all women are bad, but in reality, it's not every woman is bad. The same way goes with us men, where yeah, maybe there might be some cheaters, but like not all. There might be some bad people, but not everyone. And another important thing to do while you're going through a breakup is just be busy. Just create a timetable where you're so busy, where you're not focused on the breakup and all that, because you're more focused on something else. Like, for example, how we said earlier, where you're being busy using that energy by working towards a goal, like playing guitar, all that stuff. And since you're more focused on that thing, you'll think of them less, have less negative thoughts. And yeah, overall, it's gonna be it's gonna be more happier, since you've been more busy. You haven't thought of them that much, and you've just been grinding, grinding on your craft, all that, and you'll just think of them less. And also another thing that you can do is talk to someone or journal. Just talk to them how you're feeling, or if you don't have anyone, or you're not comfortable with talking to someone, just journal how you feel. Like, just question why you think like that. Like, oh, like, I just got this. Like, you can write in your journal, like, oh, I just got this thought. Like, what if she's like, who's she with and all this. You just write all this stuff, because in if you just keep it in, it's gonna eat you alive. Just gonna you can write about anything like your thoughts, so that way it's not in your mind, and you have to worry about it less since you will you'll worry about it less, and yeah, and it's not gonna be that quick where it's just like that. It's not gonna be quick. It's gonna take time. It's gonna be good days and bad days where there's gonna be a good day where you see that where you like realize, oh, like, damn, I haven't really thought about them. And then there might be other days where maybe you might get a dream where you're dreaming about them, and then you start to you start to overthink. What if she's thinking about me? All this stuff. But what matters is you push through the pain, even if it's a bad day. You just gotta keep pushing, and you just gotta push through the pain, and then you'll look back and see all the good things that you have achieved, because you've been using the energy. You've been striving for something, for like your goals, all this, and you've just been getting better. You'll look back and just be grateful, that this happened, because you just got better. And yeah, this is what I think is the healthiest way to overcome a breakup. And oh yeah, one thing is that to make sure you block her, because block her and the people that and the friends that, yeah, block her and her friends, because it's not like because you don't like her or anything. Just that so that way you don't see any posts from her or her friends where they see from her friends where they see that they're posting her and all this, and it gets you overthinking. That's why you should block her, so that way you're not overthinking and overall in a bad mood. And yeah, how to overcome a breakup. And yeah,